The Long March, The True History of Communist China's Founding Myth, by Shuyun. Narrated by Laural Merlington. Copyright 2006 by Shuyun. This unabridged audiobook is published by arrangement with Shuyun and International Creative Management, and was produced in the year 2007 by Tantor Media Incorporated, which holds the copyright thereto. Prologue. I was born to the sound of a bugle in the barracks of the People's Liberation Army where my father served. I grew up with stories of his battles. There were plenty. He was in the army for nearly 30 years. He joined up with the communist troops when he was 16. He often said only they could help the poor in his village. He really felt for the poor. In winter they dropped like flies, he told me. Father fought his way across the whole of China and helped to defeat the Nationalist government led by Chiang Kai-Shek, whom he called a paper tiger. On October 1st, 1949, when Mao declared on Tiananmen Square that the Chinese people had stood up, my father thought he was finished with fighting. He planned to find a wife, have children, and settle down. But he was called to the Korean War. He told me, "We had to show the American imperialists our true colors, otherwise they would shit on our heads and take over our homes." He got shrapnel in his back, and from early childhood I saw him wearing a leather corset around his waist, like a saddled horse. Fighting erupted again soon after I was born. The Cultural Revolution became virtually a civil war, employing every weapon except for planes. There were barricades in the streets, rifles, and cannons. Father was no longer with the army, but he was horrified to see our city turning into a battlefield, as if his former life was returning. My grandmother was just confused. She thought the Japanese had invaded again. To this day I still dream of the battles, whose gunfire I could hear outside our sandbagged windows. It was not Father's personal stories that impressed me most. He talked about his experiences at war only when I begged him to. For him, nothing was more exciting and revered than the Long March. Father was too young to take part in it, but his senior commanders were all veterans of the march. The battles we fought were like child's play compared with theirs. The hardships we encountered were small dishes, he told me. The marchers were outnumbered by their enemies 1 to 100, and they had nothing to eat but leather and grass. Yet they won. It was a miracle.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?